What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today Hades on the PlayStation 5. Now, this game completely rocks. I actually beat this last year when it initially came out on PC and the Nintendo Switch. In fact, I've purchased multiple copies of it because I just love it so much. But personally, I consider myself to be very much a PlayStation gamer, specifically because I love trophy hunting and stuff. So if something is multi-platform, typically I'll pick it up additionally on the PlayStation whenever it comes out. So I was curious how the PlayStation 5 version is going to look and play, because this is a very great game, but let's face it, it's a tiny indie project. How much can you actually upgrade going to a system as strong as the PS5 is? Well, surprisingly, this game definitely looks better. It definitely runs better, and it's definitely a much cleaner experience going from the Nintendo Switch directly to the PlayStation 5. So today, I want to talk about the upgrades, why I think this is truly the best version of the game itself, and why I'm happy purchasing this again, even though I've bought it twice before. Now, to start with, let's talk about what Hades actually is, in case you've never tried it. This is a roguelike. Now, this is a subgenre of games where essentially every time you turn it on, it's going to be a little bit different. This does have some hack and slash combat and lots of dodging and trying to take down bosses and stuff, but the main forte is that the game is randomized. Each room is managed to be shuffled. Bosses can be actually turned to give different abilities or different specials to make it where every time you play the game, you have to be skilled and not just lucky. But there is a fun element of luck to it. While you're playing through this game, you get a series of random bonuses. The story is that we're playing as the son of Hades, essentially trying to just bash our way out of the pits of hell, and the gods up on Mount Olympus are nice enough to just basically trickle down these random benefits, things that can increase your health, your armor, your strength, or make it to where it can do specific stuff like dashing will call down the bolt of Zeus's lightning. So every time you play it, you are going to get a totally different set of abilities, buffs, and benefits. But that's definitely the most addictive nature to it. Now, when I was coming over to the PlayStation 5, I was curious to see how this is going to play with a PS5 controller, because the PS5 controller, obviously this has things like haptic feedback, special rumble features, things that make it, personally in my opinion, the best controller ever. So this does not have too many of the PlayStation 5 features. This is a cross-gen game, so because it exists on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 on an Xbox Game Pass, there isn't actually haptic triggers, but it does use the little speaker on the controller to do different sound effects at times. It also does have some very good vibration, but where it does definitely utilize the power of the PlayStation 5 is the fact that this entire game is 4K and 60 frames a second. And additionally, there are no load times. Now, let me tell you why this is just such a great freaking feature and why it definitely just blew me away. Now, this game's always been a very beautiful game. It has this very artsy aesthetic to it that's very purposeful. It has this just like hand-painted look to everything. Each environment, every character model, each little line has this very, very directed feel to it. And to be perfectly honest, sometimes when I was playing this on handheld on my Nintendo Switch, the graphics could sometimes get ever so slightly blurry. Despite the fact that this doesn't seem to be a particularly graphically demanding game, it definitely did make my Nintendo Switch struggle at times, just kind of dipping the resolution and additionally the frame rate. Now, if you play this on other systems like the Nintendo Switch, there is also some load times. Now, they were never that substantial, just 2 or 3 seconds here and there as you're going between the different rooms or trying to visit a shop, but they could become a bit annoying. I'll just say this, I am already just so spoiled by the solid state drive that exists in the PlayStation 5 and my Xbox Series X. I love how instantaneous everything is. Fast traveling is instant, jumping around very, very instant. This really does speed up the action, and for something as fast as Hades, a game that really focuses itself on blisteringly quick reaction time and dodging some crazy bosses, it makes the game even better. Like, I'm I'm so blown away by the fact that this was one of my favorite games in all of 2020, and I genuinely think it's better on the PlayStation 5. This game just runs, looks, and plays better than it ever did before. But I want to talk a bit about trophies, because secretly, I love hunting down trophies. I love actually doing stuff like all the hidden objectives, trying to force myself to get to every single collectible. To me, it's motivating to try and get that platinum trophy just to see all the ins and outs and secrets that the developers are sort of subtly directing you to. Some of these new trophies are just exceptionally fun. Stuff like a majority of them are still the standard things you'll get, like unlocking every weapon or beating every boss, but they did add in these fun little goofy ones like pet Cerberus 10 times, or just try and get the biggest damage boost out of the pierced butterfly attachment. And since that is my favorite piece of equipment, it's nice that there's this extra little touch that pushes you to play outside your typical comfort zone. This game is already just an utter masterpiece. I do want to say that this is lacking two features that are a little bit better if you happen to play this on Nintendo Switch. Obviously, this isn't handheld. This is just a console version of the game, and it was nice to try and do one of these really long runs and just to be able to put it down or put it in sleep mode. And additionally, if you played this on Nintendo Switch, it had a cloud save ability. You could actually put your save file from your Nintendo Switch, you could send it to the PC version and keep playing it. The save files are locked on the PlayStation 5 version. You can't transfer them, you can't do anything. It's just in the PlayStation version, which is fine because obviously I'm just here to play this and try and unlock some trophies and stuff, but I do wish that it had some sort of cross-play or cross-progression capabilities. Either way, I can't even be mad about that. This is just such a sharp version of the game I already loved. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Let's go over the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving Hades on the PlayStation 5 a 10 out of 10, and I have absolutely no regrets about it. Buy this game. I paid $30 for it on Nintendo Switch. I paid I don't even know what on Steam, and then I've bought it again now on the PlayStation 5. So I've spent like $100 if you count like tax and stuff on Hades, and I think every penny was worth it. This is now one of my favorite indie games of all time, and it's even more glorious to look at and enjoy on the PlayStation 5. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. Also, this is very random, but I got my first PlayStation 5 Collector's Edition game, which was Oddworld. Let me show you that, just because I'm excited about it. Alright, so this is going to actually be my first PlayStation 5 Collector's Edition, which is pretty dang awesome. I loved Oddworld Soulstorm when it came out a couple months back. I actually gave it a 9.5 out of 10 during the course of my review because I'm a big soft spot for like cool retro style puzzlers. The game is incredibly top notch. Well, the developers actually reached out to me and said, "Do you want a collector's edition of the game itself?" And I said, heck yes. Okay, well, let's just rip this bad boy open because I'm not exactly certain what's in this. It looks like it has a bunch of different stuff. Let's just see what we're getting in this humongous collector's edition. Now, first and foremost, I do think this box itself is very nice and dramatic. A lot of cool art and stuff in the game itself. This whole case, so freaking cool. All right, the piece de la resistance right at the front is definitely the Oddworld figurine of Abe. Abe is the main character. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a really hardcore steel case. Nice. Got some Abe abs. Then we got the dramatic Hand of Prophecy. Oh, it's very textured. That's cool. All right, put that on the shelf. All right, let's look at what's definitely the coolest part of this. As I perfectly knock over everything. I'm so excited. Sorry, I'm kind of shaking. This is so cool to me. All right. Okay, so now I've perfectly unboxed this bad boy. The detail on this thing is kind of insane. Let's see if I can get to autofocus on him. Look at that. Do his arms actually move? No, they have like joints in them, but I guess it's just how he was just put together. But still, Very freaking cool, very freaking detailed. I actually love his little facial expression of the typical ape panic. I think I'm gonna make this my new thing in my background. I seriously love it that much. He also has a little thing of the drinks they all drink, the addictive freaking sodas they are all creating. So that's pretty freaking nice. It comes a little baggy. It's got a little case for it. You can see it's got little slots for each of the drinks. All right, now we got, what else we got here? Oh, a very cool art book, The Art of the Video Game. Now, I've seen pictures of this online. It's actually like how they made those crazy realistic cutscenes, the crazy insane character models and stuff that we saw in the game itself. Very, very freaking nice. I have a big soft spot for art books. I have a lot of different art books in my collection. The other thing they have here is definitely just still a copy of it on PlayStation 5, still sealed and wrapped. I own this game digitally. They had it on PlayStation Plus a couple months back, so I'm sure most people have it digitally, but there it is. I'm going to put a physical copy. I'm trying to collect pretty much every physical PS5 game because I'm a crazy person. Should be fun. There's also stuff like postcards, which, you know, typically are in here. Some nice little temporary tattoos, but this is the main attraction. That's pretty awesome. I am very, very happy. Well, thanks to developers, I'm definitely going to do another playthrough. I want to try and get the platinum trophy of it. And yeah, Oddworld Soulstorm. Hell yeah. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, you know, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.